Hey, my friends. Hey, y'all. How you doing? So, it is gorgeous. I think it's like 75 or something. It is so pretty. I'm so excited. So gorgeous day. I've had a ton of Monday stuff to do with our businesses today. So I've been working on all that. Gotta make samples. I'm having a Cincy open house on Wednesday here because it's the end of the month. We're transitioning to a new month. And, so I'm like gonna make hundreds of samples today. I've already started, but I wanted to get out here and give the babies some food. I brought them out some a little bit nutritious stuff. I put some already bought them a bowl of oats and cornmeal and DE and some cayenne pepper. Goodness, what all did I put in? I put in a whole bunch of stuff, oregano and a whole bunch, and they've been eating on that this morning. So now I come out and clean their coop. And hey, Amber, and I've got more veggies for them and some mealworms. They didn't get mealworms yesterday because I didn't fill out my little container and bring it back. So when I'm done here, I'm going to take you over and show you what happened with our butterflies, and then I'm going to show you what Lock Home Dad is doing in the garden. He's been working his tail off. All right, so I'm going to turn you around. Let's grab some eggs here. And I know they're sitting there waiting, going, what goodies do you have? I knew it, all of them. Just about every single one of y'all are in here. What you doing? All right. Oh boy, we've got 5 eggs. So Miss Anna laid yesterday, so I knew she probably wouldn't be laying today. I will get to you. You heard me talking about you, didn't you, Miss Anna? So everybody but Miss Anna laid. And so I always know when she lays because she lays under the board. So I know when I'm looking at my eggs too, who I'm missing because of the color of them. So let me get these out, and I'm gonna get their worms and put back in here. So I don't mess them up. I filled up their worm jar there because we bought that big old bag, if y'all remember. So see my eggs, see how pretty they are. Yay, 5 eggs. So there's my worm jar. So I've just been filling up the jar to bring out and leaving the bag in the house where it doesn't get squished. Oh boy. Now they're gonna run out in their coop. And they run. I heard them. So I got all kinds of stuff on there. I got their leftover of their little mixture I had for them on there. And of course their worms and all their goodness. So I'm gonna show you all of our goodies when we're done here. Hey babies, okay. Hey, Miss Rose! Oh my gosh. Oh, she cracks me up. I don't even know how I hold her up with one hand sometimes. If I got a good grip on it, it's good. Here, darlings. You want some? Look what Mama got. Look what Mama's got. Look, look, look. Look here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here, Mr. Mosley. I love this stuff. Is it good? Is it good? They cracked me up. I got these guys over here. They just ate. Yesterday I did this, and they ate them all so fast. Right, Mr. Mosley? There you go, Miss Violet. Or, that's Miss Isabel there. Miss Violet's over here. Oh, boy. Is that delicious? They are cracking me up. So I'll give them a few hours to be able to get their food eaten. All right, so let me take you guys over and show you what else is going on today before I get back in and get busy on my Cincy business. Since Lock Home Dad's out here, I'm only going to lock 2 of them because we'll have to get back in. Make sure I got that one. All right. So let's go over here and let me show you what I got going on. Look at my azaleas over there, y'all. She's mimicking their heads. He needs one of those little toys where you spin it. I've got one, and all the chickens cluck, cluck, cluck. So I showed y'all my chrysalises a couple of, last week or something. And so today this one broke out. Look here, see its chrysalis there to the left hanging there. It's just the shell, and then this one broke out. So they don't fly away right away because they're wet from being inside there. So they have to dry off first. See, there's the chrysalis right there. So they have to dry off first before they fly away. So it usually takes them a little while. When I hatch them in a jar in the house, I kind of let them dry out a little bit and then bring them outside and set them on something so they can finish drying off. But it's super sweet. It's just the neatest thing watching them. They're just so beautiful. So that one's got to dry off before he flies away. And then my irises are blooming out. African irises, look at there. Isn't that gorgeous? There's my other azalea. Look at that thing. Oh, you would think it's like April. Y'all, so this one I think I've got 4 or 5 different colors in here. On the big one's really old. It was here when we bought the place, and then we added the smaller ones in. And it's just so pretty to look at when you're out on the porch having coffee or something. And so there's my log home dad. And look at the mess he's made. Look at those weeds, y'all. So he has pulled all of his lines, which he now wishes he would have done that back in the fall, he said. He's pulled all the, we're using cattle grates here to bind up our plants. So those are attached to these here. Okay. So he's pulled those. He's pulled the trellises out, and he is just going to town. So he's going to till this, and look how black the dirt is, you guys. So pretty. It was not like usually it is. It's very sandy. So it's like sandy, but we've got a nice dirt. So he's going to go get some more compost and add it and till it. So, and then we've got a ton of strawberries, but some critters are eating them. So we're trying to figure that out now. I think we're going to add some onions to them. But look, see, critters are eating them. So I've gotten 1 strawberry out of here so far. So we'll be working on this the next few days. So this is what he's gotten to. Remember what that fence line looked like before he started?
All right.
It was incredible. So you can see where he's dug these up, and he's like dug them up, but he's over here now. He's literally having to go underneath the fence and try to dig them out. I know it's a pain. Those root balls are huge. So Log Home Dad is using his muscles to get it all done. So he's having to go in and dig all these out because they will just be 8 feet tall. Yeah. You know, and they're awful when they get big. And then we'll just weed this out. This is my asparagus. Hopefully this year we'll actually, oh, look at that one. Yep. Hopefully this year we'll actually be able to eat some. We've kind of let them sprout and go to seed so they keep producing. So this year I'm hoping that we have enough that at the very least I can start clipping it, and because you want to clip it when this is way too big, like this needs to sprout. So you want to clip it when it's probably about this tall. And so they're like, this one's going to be too thick. It's going to be too rough. Oh boy, I guess not. It was actually good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you break it?
I did. I broke it. So,
steam that top.
Steam the top. I didn't mean to break it. I thought it would be really thick there. Yeah, it is very tender. I thought that's what I was doing. I was showing how thick it was, and it broke right there where it was tender. That's how I usually do them when I buy them in the store. So I buy them, and usually I just run my finger along, and whenever it breaks, that's the end of the tender spot like that. And so that's what I was kind of doing. So anyway, when they're about this tall is when you pick them. So now I have something for my salad. It is really tender.
Yeah, it's good too.
Mm-hmm. Great flavor. That's the first one we've eaten. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is all my asparagus. So asparagus are perennial because they come up. I have to think about it for a second. They come up year after year. So you just need to keep them weeded. So like right now, before they start coming up, we need to weed really good, and they'll be fine. I mean, we had quite a few last year. I was really tempted to start cutting them, but I think this year we're going to definitely start. And then of course all of our pineapple. This is our next project, is getting everything weeded over here and getting it all ready. So yeah,
we're down to just a handful of blueberries, I think.
Really?
Blueberry
Of plants?
bushes,
Yeah. I'm not so sure they're the right type for here.
They're supposed to be.
This might not make it for a salad, you guys. It's really good. I'm not steaming one piece.
Mint takes over.
Doesn't it? So we planted a little bit of mint here in the corner one year. And I'll be doggone.
These runners, and man, they just spread out.
This is mint right here. It took over this entire section. I mean, I can see it. That's mint. You know what? I just made some iced tea log home, Dad. I'll take that in for our iced tea. That'd be delicious. But it does. It grows like, you want any more? Eat it all?
No, you got it.
Okay. I'll eat it. And then these are some plants. I can taste the mint on my asparagus. Log Home Dad just threw these in here just to see how they would do. He's gotten a few tomatoes from them. We've not done anything to them at all. Got some more. So pretty, you guys. And it grows like wildflowers. So keep it contained. So this last time what I did was I took some and it's in the corner in a pot in that bed there. Because I didn't want it, you know, taking over the whole thing. So I've been working hard just with my succulents. But yeah, so this is going to be the next few days. Log Home Dad and I are going to be working our tushies off. He's already
back in the 80s.
Huh?
Supposed to be back in the 80s by the weekend.
Oh, really? I told him, was it like 75?
Yeah, about
today?
75 today.
It's gorgeous today. So yeah, so he's got him a nice little mess. But look at those weeds. Seriously, y'all. That's incredible.
With the ground cloth down.
I mean, it is, yeah, and that's with the ground cloth. I mean, it's got to be up to my thighs, that pile.
We got to get better at keeping up.
So, yep, there we go. Oh, and there's some more. Okay, so here's the one weeds that he has to dig out. Look at those root balls. Look at that. That is like, I can't even barely lift it. Oh my gosh. Y'all, those root balls are like crazy. I cannot dig those out. It takes Log Home Dad muscles. And then look at the runner on the mint. That's mint. And let me tell you, like, you could take that piece and grow your own. Like, you could make 5 million plants out of it. Mint is so easy to grow. So if you don't grow it, grow it.
Just be careful because it will take over.
Oh, mint everywhere here. Yep. Yep. Look at that. So look at it compared to Log Home Dad. Like, it's huge. That's huge. So that's a typical one of those plants. That's actually kind of small compared to those great big ones you had over there in the back.
Right,
is that mint runners?
that's all runners from here.
All the white that looks like string, that's all mint root runners that was underneath the cloth. All that. So yeah, this is what we'll be working on though the next few days. It's going to be pretty awesome. I think we're going to try a couple of different methods. We're going to greenhouse some seeds, and I think we're going to direct plant some seeds. The only thing about that is when we direct plant them, the doggone varmints get to them. The squirrels, the raccoons, whatever can climb over our fence gets to them. Birds. So it's been a huge struggle with that. And we got to plant now because June garden will be done.
So you got a lot of people on Log Home Mom that do gardening, right?
Yes.
What's their opinion on putting onions on the border?
Oh, onions on the border. Y'all saw that yesterday.
Does it work for the critters or does it not work?
Is
it just a myth or is it the real thing?
Well, the strawberry farms say it's the real thing. We read an article yesterday from some layman up in New Jersey or something. No offense to New Jerseyans. That's like, oh, it's just a myth. But we were reading, the farmers are like, no, this is the thing. We've been doing this for generations, putting the onions around the borders to keep the raccoons, squirrels, insects, whatever out. So I know one year I went to Sam's and got the big bag of garlic and planted bulbs everywhere to try to help with insects. So we don't typically have a huge insect per se problem. We have more, we get the aphids. They love eating my cowpeas, which drives me crazy. And then pickle worms. So those are a moth though. And they lay on your pickle vines. Huh?
It's still an insect.
It is an insect. But they lay their eggs inside. They have a little thing that pokes inside the vine and goes in the hollows of the vines on your cucumbers, on your zucchini, your squash. So And that's been my biggest nemesis. I literally had the most beautiful zucchini plants. They were up to my thighs. They were so pretty green, and in a matter of a week, I lost them. Yep. And it was pickle worms. And at first we couldn't figure out, I'm like, oh my gosh, are they missing calcium? But they have been growing so beautiful. And I got down one day and noticed a couple, and then next thing I know, I started looking, you can tell where they bubble up in the vines. And I must have picked 200 off, but it was too late. And that's so depressing when you spend so much time gardening. And we try real hard not to use a lot of insecticides, but I think we're going to have to cave this year and use some stronger things for the pickle worms, or we're going to end up losing everything. And that's pointless then to grow everything when you lose it all. So
spend all those hours working on it.
Yep, and money.
Just to have it
and money.
Decimated.
I know. It's so depressing. So yeah, that's kind of our day, you guys. Onions didn't work for me, neither did marigolds. And then, see, Amber says marigolds helped. And then someone says onions and marigolds. Add a wire of electric. Oh my gosh. So I wouldn't have to worry about my grandbabies getting into it. I would get into it. I would electrocute.
I don't know. Danny's in a phase. He likes to pee outside, so he might pee on it.
So we get home from the farmer's market the other day, and he loves to pee on trees. That's like his thing. And so he gets out of the car and immediately goes to pee on a tree. And little princess is like, me too. She's trying to take her pants off to pee on a tree, and it's like, no. Then he proceeds to want to pee on my flowers. I'm like, no, we do not pee on Glamy's flowers, trees only. So yeah, that was pretty funny. So anyway, this is our day. We're just I'm inside getting some work done. Log Home Dad is out here. And, yep. So yeah, y'all can't, they have insecticides, so they don't use them, Amber, because they do their honey, their bees. Yep. So yeah, send me whatever hints you got, because pickle worms are terrorizing us. I mean, it's awful. It is, and there's nothing more depressing. Usually you can see where they bubble up inside your veggies, but there's nothing more depressing than getting in, washing your veggies, and then cutting it open, and there's a pickle worm that a small one maybe you missed or whatever. And it's like really like a perfectly great piece of vegetable, and it's ruined.
So we have wood boring bees.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have them up there, but we've got them here. And
they don't bite, or they don't sting.
They tear up the facade of our house. Anything now they don't go into the logs.
Yeah,
the
for whatever
reason, the cypress logs they don't go into.
It's the siding that they put on.
They drill those holes in, man. They do so much damage.
So much. It's so like literally, I am out with WD-40 spraying, and it kills them. Like that's the only thing we've found that really kills them.
They're huge.
They look like a bumblebee. Like when we first moved here, we thought they were bumblebees. We didn't realize, and we've tried all kinds of little tricks. We have the little hangers that you put stuff in, and none of that's worked.
It don't work.
No. So we've literally, when I see them doing a whole, I'll tell you what works. What works, Log Home Dad?
WD-40?
No. Besides that, no. Bug assault.
Oh, bug assault.
Bug assault. We got 2 bug assault rifles, and Log Home Dad and I have spent quite a bit of time outside with those bug assault rifles, hitting them with salt, and it kills them. And they get mad when you do it at them. It's so funny. But we do WD-40 in the holes, and it kills them. So what they do is they go in, and it's a perfect 1/4 inch hole.
3/8.
3/8 of an inch hole that they drill. It's like you can put a dowel in it to plug it up. So they go in there, and they go up and they go down, and they lay their eggs. So sometimes you will find a couple in there because the eggs have hatched or whatever. Oh, I see that hawk. Let me turn you around. Y'all can see it. There's a big old hawk up there flying. There it goes.
Chicken getter.
Y'all see it? So I'll spray WD-40 into the holes, and it kills them. I mean, because they literally will back out and fall down and die. But that's the only thing we have found that kills them. And but it's such a struggle because they just tear up. I mean, every new hole, they don't go in the same old holes. They have to bore new ones. And it's any facade trim or any
siding,
or any post, like they do it on our post, on our railing, on our porch, on our balcony. So I mean, they've come out here and done holes in these posts. So I mean, it's just,
there was one hanging out here earlier.
Was there?
I don't know where it went to.
But they look just like a bumblebee. Like you literally, when you first look at them, you think they're a bumblebee. But they don't sting you or anything.
They're not a honeybee.
No, they are not a honeybee. But yep, so that's where we're kind
of... we have issues here with the Africanized bees too.
Yes, yes. And then we have the potato vines, and now we've got the little, what are the little things they've brought in?
Japanese beetles. No, I can't remember what they're called.
They're a beetle though that they've brought in to eat the potato vines because somebody thought it was fun to bring these vines over from, where were they from? The Asian country, right?
Yeah,
I think
somewhere in Asia.
And they literally, like I can see a couple back there. There's some right there.
Up the tree right there.
Yeah, halfway up the tree, that real dark.
It'll cover and smother an entire tree and kill it.
Oh yeah, and it's awful. So they've just a neighboring county released them about 3-4 years ago, and we finally noticed them here about 3 years ago. And I mean, they're doing a good job.
It doesn't stop them, but it holds them back.
It does. It holds them back, and we call them. We've always grown up calling the vines air potatoes because literally the vines will grow, and it looks like a potato growing on the vine all over. And I mean, it looks just like a potato. And you have to take those puppies and burn them. You guys send them to a landfill or something because wherever they drop, they'll sprout a new vine. If we were to find a vine, like a small one, and you pull it up, it's got a tiny little baby potato at the bottom of it. So it's just a mess.
If you leave even 1/4 of an inch of the root in the ground, it'll sprout.
Yep. So we have to make sure we get all of them, but it's gotten a lot better since we've been here, but especially since you cleared this area here, because this was where we're standing right now. All this was completely
used to look
just like that. And Log Home Dad cleared it so that we could have our garden and everything. It took him a lot of time to do this.
Probably over the course of a year.
Yeah.
Just here and there.
Yeah, it took him a long time to clear, and it's still a battle. I mean, as you can see, we get the weeds, and that's with every year we've added. He comes in and covers this entire ground with compost and tills it, mushroom compost, and it's just completely. It just keeps growing. So that's why we keep ground cover down and all that good stuff. So there we go. That's what we're doing. Japanese beetles, what gets our garden. Uh-oh. Yep, they've torn apart Grandpa's log cabin in Arkansas. Yep. So there we go. That's what's kind of happening today. And I think I'm going to get back in and get my sample making done. And Log Home Dad has an appointment tonight, and I might go with him. Because, you can always use a Target shopping trip.
Of course.
All right, you guys. Oh, I just saw a woodpecker land up there. It's a baby. We saw the pileated yesterday. Can y'all see it? Where is it? I just zoomed in. Now I lost it. Hang on. Okay, I see it. I see it right there. Y'all see it? Right there. Oh, it just flew. It just flew. We have 3 different varieties here. We have a little baby, medium, and then our big pileated, and we saw one of those yesterday. That was kind of exciting. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get back inside. I hope y'all have a super blessed day, and we'll see you tomorrow at the chicken inn. Love you guys. Bye.